Quality management, or also known as total quality management, is a continuous process that involves the whole organization from the top management all the way to the employees. It is a process of culture transformation through which the existing elements of the culture are modified, replaced, or strengthened with better elements which cover values and attitudes, system and procedures, operational practices, organization structure, and others. Other than that, total quality management is driven by the customer and not by the organization itself, which means that instead of the organization, customer will set the benchmark for the products or services quality provided by the organization. For an example, we choose Youth and Sports Ministry to do our research on this TQM. Youth and Sports Ministry really focus on helping the youth and athletes and take their feedbacks to improve their services. Total quality management have three objectives that every company, or in this case, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, needs to achieve. First is to provide customer satisfaction, which is achieved by producing services that fulfill the customer's requirements. Second is to meet customers' expectation through feedback form, surveys, and others. Lastly is to produce defect-free or error-free services, and in order to achieve this, the organization have to ensure the services produced by them meet the customer's requirement.
Assalamualaikum. As we all know, Ministry of Youth and Sports always have a plan in growing and improving Malaysia in sports in order to enlarge the name and the flag of Malaysia. Ministry of Youth and Sports does implement the total quality in order to have a well-organized team in making plans for the future of Malaysia sports. Although the famous sports that Malaysia often participates and involves are the like of football, racket sports, which is badminton and squash, hockey, cycle and motorsports, and many more. Thus, our former Youth and Sports Minister Syed Saddiq Syed Abdul Rahman wanted to make Malaysia powerhouse not only in Asian but as for the whole of Asia. This is specifically in esports, that can be known as electronic sports, which consists of a competitive multiplayer video game tournament between professional gamer or organized teams, multiplayer online battle arena that can be known as MOBA, football simulation, and many more. The young former Youth and Sports Minister wants to attract the young generation through this esports and the involvement of this young generation to have a contribution for Malaysia. He also announced a blueprint for Malaysia esports that will focus more on 5 strategies, especially in developing athletes, support its growth, access towards the facilities for investors, promoting and public awareness, and last but not least is good governance and administration.
For the quality of culture is work done in team, education and training are provided to employees. Reward and promotion system are based on contribution to the continual improvement. Strategical plan, both short-term and long-term, improve many policy program reform to instill a quality culture. Recognition could be in a form of public acknowledgement, whereas reward could be given in the form of monetary value or in terms of benefit in kind. So, like for objective strategically planned, both short-term and long-term objectives are well planned based on the organizational need. So, plan for the short-term and long-term. So, the Minister of Years also plan to build a years for the future generation to be a good young people, like a program of Malaysian Future Leaders School that that inspired by Dr. Mahathir to see young people realizing a leader at the futures. Also, the Malaysian government has introduced many policy program reform to instill a quality culture among the civil servants, like efforts to improve public service delivery, the quality and productivity of the public sector. Okay, I will explain to you about the achievement of the Minister of Youth and Sport. So, if you see at this slide for the Youth Minister, I always want to build a generation with integrity beside competent and beside competence and skill to supplement the country development. So other than that, they want to produce skill, discipline, visionary and exceptional youth as the workforce needed in line with the development of the country. Also, okay, you can refer in program EXA, which is the program of the Innovation Day at year 2015 at Putrajaya. So at this program, all the young people are showing their talents with theme memperkasa inovasi memacu transformasi. So to development of youth in is a program Malaysia Future Leader School MFLS that has inspired by the Dr. Mahathir to meet in realizing leader at the futures. So for the appointment of the young peoples, they always join of CEO, founder and chief executive, like the person of Razi Tajuddin, 29 years old, that have founder of harchabumi.com.
For today's presentation, I will present my part about ethics. Ethics are the set of that guide a person's behavior. Ethics is the center of success or failure. Firstly, the ethics that Kementerian Belia and Sukan has are professionalism. They ensures that the ministry has an appropriate organizational structure for adequate employment. Also, to provide a planned human resource to enable the ministry to become an efficient and effective organization. Secondly, the ethics that Kementerian Belia and Sukan has are teamwork. By performing the work in a team, they can complete the job in time and spend the working hours properly. It can also reduce energy and personnel. They also act on instructions. Thirdly, the ethic that Kementerian Belia and Sukan has are service-based. They perform psychological service through personal assessment applications, development applications, research applications, and intervention applications. Lastly, the ethics that Kementerian Belia and Sukan has are product and competent. Kementerian Belia and Sukan coordinates appointments as well as temporary exchange and loans, coordinating all matters and the application of various types of leave and allowance of qualified applicants. Also, mortgage lending, medical facilities, and pension arrangements.
As for the conclusion, Ministry of Youth and Sports does implement total quality and total quality management in order to have a well-structured and a trusted organisation for all Malaysian citizens, especially in sports. This will also open up the opportunities for the younger generation to grow and all together in pursuit to enlarge the succession of Malaysia, as this young generation is the future of this country.